And coming up next here on WTOL 11 Plus, we are 2 weeks until Election Day, and tonight we are breaking down issue 1 on the ballot. What does a yes vote mean? What does a no vote mean? How will it impact Northwest Ohio? Also, 3 little pigs did not stay home. In fact, they caught the attention of the health department in the process. We'll tell you what the owners and the neighbors have to say about it all. Welcome into WTOL.
We're looking at our Wednesday, which will be dry and breezy. Highs right around 70 degrees. How long that gusty breeze will stick around, we'll preview that in my hour-by-hour forecast coming up. Jeff.
All right, Chris, we'll see you here in just a bit. Welcome into WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Jeff Smith in tonight for Kaylee Marentat. We appreciate you spending some time with us on this Tuesday. We're going to take a look at our top stories here tonight. We're going to start off with that top one, missing South Toledo teen. Toledo police are asking for help in finding this person, the 13-year-old by the name of Dustin Fisher Jr. TPD says family last reported seeing Dustin in the 1700 block of Unity back on October 4th. That is near Glendale and Airport. Anybody with information is asked to call or text the Crime Stoppers hotline. The number is 419-255-1111. Our next item on the board here, TPD TikTok misinformation. And Toledo police say the claim that a viral TikTok video and what it's showing is fake. The video claims that Toledo police found 8 missing children at a home in the city. According to police, they have not responded to any incidents like this. Police say the video does show officers in uniform, but the reason they are there was not related to a missing person. Now, police say social media is a good way to share information quickly, but they warn to make sure that it's coming from trustworthy and verifiable sources. And next on the list tonight, we're revisiting the Eric Mish case. The Lucas County Prosecutor's Office has filed a motion to dismiss charges against a Toledo man who was convicted of killing a man in Wilson Park back in 1993. Eric Mish spent nearly 28 years in prison before being paroled in 2020. Our 11 Investigates team previously reported on several pieces of evidence that Toledo police did not turn over to defense attorneys. The evidence pointed to several possible suspects. 4 other men were also convicted of beating Vernon Huggins to death, but they have each proclaimed their innocence. Mish's attorney and the prosecutor's decision responded to the motion. The director of the Wrongful Conviction Project tells our 11 Investigates team, quote, for 30 years, evidence that corroborated Eric's innocence stayed hidden because, as the state now admits, the police never turned it over to the prosecution or to Eric, end quote. And the Lucas County Prosecutor's Office says, quote, Mr. Mish admitted to his role in the crime and witnesses provided testimony about the events. However, the office previously acknowledged that certain documents were not disclosed before the trials and plea agreements, end quote. And finally on the list tonight on the ballot, issue 1. Today marks 2 weeks until Election Day, and some voters already, as you know, casting their ballots early. Everyone in Ohio will see issue 1. It's about redistricting. Currently, there is a 7-member commission made up of politicians that draw state legislative maps. The General Assembly draws congressional districts. Issue 1 proposes a 15-person citizen board to draw both. Now, WTOL 11 spoke with voters who say they found the wording confusing, and elected officials have contrasting opinions on the ballot language.
There was, in my opinion, a concerted effort to put language together that would mislead voters. I mean, the whole idea that it says we're going to have gerrymandered maps.
The Supreme Court got it right when it came to the ballot language that specifically said that this would remove our prior amendments that prevented gerrymandering and permanently enshrine gerrymandering in the Ohio Constitution.
Now, voting yes on issue 1 means you are in favor of the 15-member Citizens Commission, and voting no on issue 1 means you want the way maps are drawn to stay the same.
Power to ballot! Power to ballot! Power to ballot! Power to ballot!
The National Get Out the Vote Tour making a stop in Toledo at the Ohio Unity Coalition, the group stressing the importance of voting. The tour is run by the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. It makes stops in 7 different states to identify the biggest issues with voting and helping people with those issues. The goal is to empower black communities to use their voices and vote to protect their rights and freedoms.
And for folks to know that they have the power. The power of the ballot is about the issues. That it's not. You may not like candidates, but you find out which candidate is closely aligned to the issues that you are concerned about, and has the values that you are concerned about. And the whole idea.
The bus will be in Ohio both today and tomorrow. Well, from there, of course, you see the high-level bridge behind me. We know it's had construction, but I-75 construction, which has been going on for more than a decade through Northwest Ohio, is now complete. According to the Ohio Department of Transportation, it cost more than $1 billion over the course of time. The Deputy Service Director says this interstate investment will help with space and capacity. Multiple 2 lanes have now turned into 3 lanes. One of the last major projects was the DeSalle Bridge over the Maumee River. The Ohio Department of Transportation has now made it easier to merge in that area. And ODOT's project on 475 is soon to be completed as well.
Hey, let's get a check in with your WTOL 11 weather forecast. What to expect on Wednesday. The bigger weather impact is going to be the breeze. It's going to pick up. I fully anticipate it's going to be a dry day, even with a cold front that slides into the area. High's going to reach towards 70 degrees, and winds at times will gust up to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. And that will peak out mid to late afternoon as that front ushers its way completely out of the area. Had really warm weather yet again for Tuesday. Now, this is back-to-back days. It went through the mid to upper 70s. Right around 80 degrees, and we all enjoyed it. A warm October stretch of weather that is going to begin to taper off, at least for the time being. We are dry across the area much of our evening tonight. There's a very weak disturbance. It's west of us that will slide through the area tonight, pulling a warm front again north into the area and keeping us very mild. So what to expect first thing out the door? And I know we've had our fair share of frosty mornings, haven't we? Look toward tomorrow morning, right around 60 degrees as we get into our Wednesday morning. Very mild start to the day. That morning bus stop is going to be delay-free, close to 70. That will be late morning through early afternoon. For that outdoor recess, the wind will be picking up as that cold front comes through. No anticipation we're going to see any meaningful rainfall. And then temperatures will begin to fall into the afternoon, back into the low to mid-60s as we go after school, as we begin to turn a little bit cooler. Now, how about rain chances? As I mentioned, tonight we're going to be expecting dry conditions, even with a little weak disturbance making its way through the area. Here's a clock just before midnight, just some cloud cover that's going to drift overhead. We stay very warm tonight. Lows tonight right around the upper 50s to near 60 degrees. That cold front will bring some additional cloud cover through the morning, early afternoon on Wednesday. But once that front clears, notice dry conditions are going to be ahead for the entire area. We will see clearing skies, cooler and chilly weather will return as we get into Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. Lighter winds by Thursday morning. Here it is. Bright sun is going to be back in the area on Thursday, but a cool feeling day. Upper 50s to near 60 degrees. And when will the next chance of rain end up being? I'm looking toward Friday morning. We have rain showers that roll into the area Friday morning, especially along and west of I-75. Those showers may arrive as early as daybreak on Wednesday. So here's the outlook as we get into our Wednesday. We start the day very mild, upper 50s to near 60 degrees. We'll reach towards 70 degrees sometime right around noon or early afternoon, and then we'll begin to turn cooler as that breeze does pick up. From near 70 on Wednesday, back towards 60 Thursday. Mostly sunny skies Thursday. Next rain chance is on Friday. Those are light showers. Will favor the first half of the day. High spread around 67, close to 60 on Saturday for the Battle of I-75. Dipping back into the upper 50s as we get into Sunday, bright skies and sunshine. And then check out the rest of that 10-day forecast. Another warm up right back into the 70s Tuesday, mid-70s Wednesday. And that early outlook toward Halloween could keep us still 70 or warmer into next week. That's a look at your 10-day forecast. Jeff, back over to you.
All right, Chris, thanks. WTOL 11 News on Plus continues here for this October 22nd. Although we are gearing up for Halloween, Chris talked about the forecast heading into next week. The Salvation Army and the Marines Toys for Tots drive already looking to help families get ready for Christmas. Starting today, the organization got ready, helping families to get registered for Christmas assistance. That can be done in person at the Salvation Army on North Erie through November 1st. Now, to see what documents are needed in order to register, all you need to do is head to our website, WTOL.com. New developments tonight, more than a week after the University of Toledo's controversial decision to not have the BGSU Falcons marching band perform during the Battle of I-75 halftime show. We are now learning they will be performing, but instead during a pregame tailgate. According to BGSU, the marching band will perform in a tent north of the Glass Bowl Stadium on Saturday. Led by John Waters, the Falcon Marching Band is one of the largest in the nation. Now, that tailgate begins at 1:30 in the afternoon and registration is required. We've got more information on our website. Check it out. The Cleveland Browns' ever-changing quarterback situation is turning tables once again in motion, with Deshaun Watson out for the rest of the season and backup quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson dealing with a finger injury. Well, now the Browns are signing Bailey Zappi from Kansas City's practice squad. Zappi started 8 games for the New England Patriots over the past 2 seasons. He signed with the Chiefs after being released by the Patriots this summer. Zappi will give the Browns some protection behind Thompson-Robinson and Jameis Winston, who could start this week against Baltimore. And here's what's trending for you right here, right now. Things are getting hog wild in West Toledo, and neighbors are not happy about it. Pigs caught on camera in Toledo city limits, running the streets, eating the neighbors' plants, and rolling around in the mud. And you know what? Neighbors are raising a stink about it. Here's Melissa Andrews.
No little piggies went to the market.
What in the world?
But 3 of them did go for ice cream in West Toledo.
They were almost bacon in the middle of Reynolds Road. So you just want the pumpkin and caramel?
Mandy Flagg was working at Hannah's Soft Serve on October 3rd.
I was back here actually making a banana split for a regular customer. And I heard him say pigs, and I looked up, and I had to take like 3 takes.
So she went whole hog after them.
And they were right here, by that time, in my drive-thru. And they saw me, went that way. So I came across, went out this way, and then they were in the road. So I was kind of weaving back in and out of the road.
They get drifts of the smell from Hannah's, and they're pigs.
Hey, you guys.
Timothy and Teresa Clark are the proud owners of 9 mini piggies who they admit
Hi, guys.
have not always stayed home.
My little girl that led the pack with them at Hannah's was like my little evil genius.
The Clarks consider them pets, comfort animals.
The big one there is my hippo. His full name is Hippobottomless. You gonna sit for Mama?
Sit.
Who know when to ham it up.
Good girl.
As you might guess, not everyone is a fan of the pigs.
If you look in the backyard, it's deplorable, it's disgusting. That's no place for animals to live.
Mandy Flagg's window is feet away from the so-called pig pen.
That's what you hear 4 or 5 in the morning is these pigs.
What does it sound like?
They sound like a bunch of farm animals. Like it's absurd.
And then you get a whiff, and it doesn't smell like bacon.
Oh, I sure can smell it right here.
Jennifer Welty reported the pigs to the health department.
I mean, these are big pigs. These aren't miniature pigs. They're quite large, and this is the city. It's not a farm.
That may be true, but the Clarks say they'll get rid of them when pigs fly.
It's a matter that you're used to hearing of a dog or a cat as a pet. You're not used to hearing about a pig. And that's the thing. People, they have this established idea on what's allowed to be a pet in their mind because they love bacon.